All right, there we go. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are now just 2 days before Hannah Claire's big costume reveal of a pumpkin, and Luke's big costume reveal as Lindsey Graham's Ladybugs. It's gonna be.
What are you gonna do, Jeremy? Are you dressing up?
I don't really do that. You know, when you're like a
you're
big
too
guy,
cool for school.
It's not that. It's like when you're a big guy, like you got to make everything from scratch, and
you should go as the Jolly Green Giant.
See, that's what I mean. Like I get like lame, you know, like
come on.
You should go as Andre. You should go as insert tall fat guy, and it's like, you know, it's.
I don't know if the Jolly Green Giant was eating seed oils or not, but I think he represents vegetables pretty well.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I don't know. Like, we don't really have any Halloween plans. We're watching our way through the Halloween franchise. By the way, fun fact: one of the Halloween movies doesn't even have Michael Myers in it. It's totally bizarre. I think it's the second, or no, it's like the second Halloween movie, I think. It's called like Season of the Witch, and it has nothing to do with Michael Myers at all. And then,
was it less expensive to make?
I don't know that, but I just think that they were probably like, well, Halloween's going to be like this thing that we have every day or every year, or it's going to be a franchise that maybe they thought, hey, we're going to put different stories in. And then like Halloween 3, Michael Myers is back. Nobody addresses Season of the Witch. The movie never happened. And if I remember right, it was like they had it was like a mask. The plot was that it was like a Halloween mask store. Oh, Halloween 3 was Season of the Witch. Okay. Yeah, like it was like a mask store, and the masks were gonna like brainwash everybody or kill the kids or something like that. It was very weird.
They were spooky and malicious for sure.
Yeah, like it was.
You should go as Jason. Why don't you go as Jason? I want to ask the chat, what should be Jeremy's Halloween costume? I mean, I'm doing it. The Great H is doing it.
I think I could do Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You know, just a jumpsuit, a knife, and
I want to ask the chat,
William
because the chat
Shatner
is
mask.
always very creative. The chat is always great. I love the chat. Even though they
I feel like you're pandering. Yeah, I feel like you're pandering to chat. I gotta be honest with you. I feel
I'm like, I need to know if Season of the Witch made less than the other movies in this Halloween series. I'm falling down a rabbit hole over here.
Well,
why don't we go as each other? Why don't I dress up as Jeremy? Jeremy, you go as Luke.
Yeah, just yell at people about seed oils. The whole thing.
As the Great H. The Great H goes as Melanie, and we'll do a show Friday.
Yeah. Maybe we could do a show Friday. That's true. I
love the chat because I'm a New Yorker. We bust each other's balls all the time, and the greatest ball busters are in the chat usually. So I appreciate the ball busting.
That is true. Season of the Witch. I don't know if it even had a theatrical release. I imagine everyone showed up and they're like, "Where's Michael Myers?" It earned $6.3 million. That's actually pretty good in 1982. There's no way that's opening weekend.
But that means that, like, so it's the third one of the series. They were all like, psyched. We know what's happening. We've done this twice before.
It made a profit by grossing $14.5 million total on a budget of $4.6 million.
And how much did the other ones make? It would be interesting to me if they were like, Michael Myers, you get back here. We tanked it by trying to write you off in the third one.
If we go to Halloween 2, which would probably be maybe the best, Halloween 2 grossed $25.5 million. So the second one earned almost double what the third one did. Yeah.
People don't like it when you cast a bunch of women, which I assume was the case with Season of the Witch.
No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with witches. It was like, if I remember right, it was like they made Halloween masks, and then these masks, everyone was going to have to tune in at a certain time on the TV to get in front of the TV wearing their mask, and like all the kids' heads were going to explode. I think that was if I remember correctly.
This title
Chat,
doesn't
correct
seem
me
to
if I'm
go
wrong.
with that. Why isn't it called like Masks of Death or something?
Well, I mean, there are so many problems with it, like even the preview, like I actually liked it as an okay movie. I wouldn't recommend it over any of the other ones.
You know what movie I found terrifying? A House of Dynamite. I don't know if you guys watched that one, but everyone's talking about it.
Why is everybody talking about that?
I was sick Monday. I had a fever, and I'm like, I guess I'll watch it. I never get to watch movies, but I was like, fine, I'll watch it. Did you guys watch it or no?
No, I'm just looking at. It's an apocalyptic movie.
Not really. It tells you what would happen behind the scenes of like if a nuke was coming towards the United States, and that's all it is.
Oh,
I don't want to ruin the movie for a bunch of people. Reportedly, the Pentagon is upset over this movie.
Yeah,
Tim didn't like it. Matt Walsh didn't like it. I kind of liked it.
Let me tell you this: all respect to Tim and Matt Walsh. If there are two people whose opinions about pop culture should be 100% summarily ignored, it's Tim Pool and Matt Walsh. I have never seen a good... Tim still watches Marvel movies and then complains when they suck. Like, he'll be like, "Man, watch the latest Marvel movie." Man. I'm like, why are you watching this shit? And like, Matt Walsh thinks anime is like demonic. And he thinks video... like. So don't put a lot of stock in... Put stock in my movie recommendations. All right.
Jeremy's like, get off my turf. Pop culture is my thing.
You stick to Civil War and Troons. I got pop culture. That's the reality of it.
All right, so that's on your homework, guys, to watch that one.
You can't assign homework. This isn't your class.
Yeah, no shot. If you're gonna watch anything this Halloween season, I think there was a pretty good... Well, I already said Bring Her Back, which people were too pussy to watch. It Follows is pretty good. It's not gory. It came out like 5 years ago. It can be kind of like a goofy thing. Deirdre says, "Bro, for fuck's sake, please figure out why your stream never loads on the app until 5 or 10 minutes after you start." I don't know. I'm going to ask Rumble about that because I seem to be the only person.
By Rumble specifically.
Yeah, well, people are always complaining about that, and like I don't see that with anybody else. Like, do I need to start it sooner? Here, I'll just I'm gonna ask. Sending it to Rumble support. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm working around an appointment that might be at 2 and it might be at 3. So, Michael.
That's very frustrating when you're.
I want to know what you guys think about this movie because I enjoyed it. Maybe it was the fever.
I didn't watch it. I didn't see it.
I know. But
chat, you can ask. Oh, you think I should watch it
after Halloween? What does chat think? If you watched it and you like it, give it a 1 to 10. 10 being great, 1 being awful. If you did watch it, let me know in the chat. 1 to 10, what do you give it? I give it like a 7. Which is hard to do for like new movies because they're filled with so much propaganda and crap.
Yeah,
I'm watching this other one.
7's a solid score, I think.
There's like this Netflix, I forgot the name of it, series about this like woman who's like a British diplomat. And of course, they make every white guy look ridiculous, stupid.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Angry and pathetic. And then there's this one black guy that, of course, they fetishize. And I'm like, really? Come on. The propaganda is just like so thick. It's just disgusting.
So somebody in chat agrees with me. They said Halloween 3 was actually a pretty decent standalone movie. I agree. If it was called like literally anything else, I never would have watched it. This is the preview for it. Plan is to kill all the kids, but it has nothing. There's nothing to do with Michael Myers at all. But
what do you think happened? He just like was like, "I'm busy this year. Come back to me next year."
No, it was still the same guy. It was still John Carpenter. So I don't know. I don't know what the process was. I think maybe they were like, "Hey, it's called Halloween. It's not called Michael Myers. So maybe we can do like give some more creative freedom." And then they're like, yeah, you're going back to, but this is an okay standalone movie for what it was, for a movie from 1982. Pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I remember watching it, I was like, what the hell? And then after I got over the fact that Michael Myers wasn't in it, I was like, oh, it's actually a pretty good movie.
But I think it would. I mean, I haven't seen any of them, but it would lose points if you spend 15 minutes of the movie being like, "But where's this guy?"
Yeah, I wonder if
Seems
it
like a
had gotten out though. Like I wonder if people knew before the movie came out. Like I'd have to talk to somebody who was like 18 in 1982. So that somebody who's born, in the 60s, like or early 70s. Like when you saw this movie, did you already know Michael Myers was in there, or did you wait the whole time? Jeremy, Michael Myers moved to Decatur and has a mini Michael now. We watched the 5th or 6th one last night, and they're all basically the same movie. But I like to rate them against each other, like as
holiday tradition.
Yeah, well, no, I mean we just haven't seen all. I've never seen any of the new ones. Like just because I hate that twat. What's her name? Boobs McGee. It's she.
Luke, do you know her?
I want to know her.
Come on, she's an ultra famous actress. She's a poop yogurt lady.
Poop yogurt lady.
What?
Yeah,
now
she's
I'm
one
even
that's
more
like
curious.
She's like, oh, it's poop yogurt. You get the yogurt that makes your poops good. Jamie
I think
Lee
I started
Curtis.
making those yogurts.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis it was. She's kind of like in all of the newer set ones. But now she recently she dared to humanize Charlie Kirk on a podcast right after he was assassinated. And then she came out yesterday and was like, just kidding.
It's mistranslated. That's what I keep seeing the headline. Like,
yeah.
Did you speak in English?
Yeah, I mean, it's so. We have that lady. Do we have that clip of that lady? I know, like Tim covered, so people already saw it probably. But that Democrat lady. Oh yeah, 54 minutes. AWS is out again. Doesn't affect me. Where is this? No. She's like this bitch.
Finally, if you think the Zoran thing is happening just in New York.
Oh, fucking gross. Eat a cheeseburger. Your cheeks should not be concave like that. She looks like, you know what she looks like? Who are those twin brothers that had all that plastic surgery and they look like freaks?
The tiger guys?
Not the tiger guys. They're like, oh my God. These guys, the Brogdonov. There she is.
Put it on screen.
Oh shit, you can't see it. Okay, hold on.
You're keeping us in suspense here, and this is a potential Halloween costume for someone.
That would actually be pretty good. Plastic surgery. Like she's got that. Like they're like more probably like this one, but they look so fucking weird. He looks like Corky, or not Corky. Who's the one? The redhead. From. God.
Bad day for names.
You two have no pop culture history.
Not at all.
The guy, Rocky Dennis. You guys don't know who Rocky Dennis is?
I like this name association podcast. Oh my gosh.
See? Yeah. Here he is. He was on a TV show.
Which one?
Was it called I forget what it was called. It was like, some reference to, him being ugly or something like that. Like Mask? Elephant Man. Yeah, Elephant Man. Yeah. Anyway, here, this let's go to this lady. Anyway, she's ugly.
Finally.
Not pear-shaped either, and I hit her with,
You think the Zoran thing is happening just in New York, and you think people are...
Oh, here we go. Lyman the Coconut says, Halloween 2 ended with Myers being killed, but they wanted to continue the franchise as an anthology. When Halloween 3 got blowback, they brought Michael back. Yeah, and what's interesting was one thing I thought was pretty cool is rarely in horror movies, usually they kill the guy at the end, or like the guy got, and then they're like, where'd he go? You know how you like, oh, he's definitely dead, and they turn around, they're just gone. The end of Halloween 4, they show Michael Myers like floating down a river after he got shot a bunch of times, but then he like gets out at a camp, and then the 5th movie actually starts with that. I'm like, thank you, like for once, like just connect them, like don't make me be like, okay, he's dead, and then he disappeared, and then like he recovers and whatever, and like you kind of like it did a good job of actually carrying over
waking up only in New York City, you're mistaken. Look at this clip of a wine mom at the No Kings March. Play the clip.
This
What
bitch
his
is a
name
wino.
was?
Charlie Kirk, ma'am?
Yeah, him is horrible. Horrible.
Charlie Kirk is horrible?
Yes, I'm glad he's not here.
You're glad he's dead?
Yes,
Why would you say something like that, ma'am?
because he was horrible on the campuses, the college campuses. Horrible person.
You know what? I do
Horrible,
the exact
horrible.
same thing.
Well, I'm
Would you
so
be
sorry.
glad if I would die?
Maybe.
Oh,
I'd have to think about it.
You should be ashamed of
You
yourself.
should be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
that one.
So listen up, Democratic establishment. You can either jump on board with this shit or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after MAGA. Period. Stop taking AIPAC money. Go on an I'm sorry I took AIPAC money atonement tour if you want to stay in power. Stop missing out on these big rallies. Hakeem and Chuck should have been front and center introducing the next mayor of New York City, but no, they wouldn't show up because they're pussies. They're
Who is this broad? Like, she is like a violent leftist. She's like she's basically get on board with cheering for Charlie Kirk's death. And but like this is why I try to stay on target. Like I get dragged into the like some people's conspiracy theory stuff sometimes, but like it's I don't get it. Like, are we gonna like why are we pretending like the left still isn't violent and still doesn't want us dead? Oh, she's some Oklahoma reality TV tard? Really? Could have fooled me.
pussies that are
Oh, go ahead.
I think it's interesting. Schumer was out like with the No Kings protest. I mean, there is all kinds of performative Democratic activity, especially in the last couple weeks. I am not. I don't know that the Zoran Mondani phenomenon, while important in New York, is tested enough for them to come out and rally on his behalf. It's also interesting to me that she's like starting this rant talking about him, and then she's like, and we should be telling people it's good to celebrate Charlie Kirk's death and also AIPAC. Like she's kind of wrapping a lot of stuff together. Maybe that's good, but also
Well, she's one of those far leftists that are also anti-Israel. So she's kind of like the Anna Kasparian take, I think. She's just like
I don't know if that's a fair comparison with this lunatic.
she's like AIDS Anna Kasparian. But
oh, goodness gracious.
Well, Anna has come around actually. Like she's still a little kooky, but she's a lot less radical now.
Yeah, but I think she's spoken out against what happened to Charlie Kirk pretty significantly comparatively to everybody else. And you got to give credit to those people, credit to Bill Maher for also speaking out against it, because they're speaking out against their own people that are, let's just be honest, a big portion of them are radical, are dangerous, and are saying, great, Charlie died, let's get more. Right. Those people aren't to mess with, and a lot of people are afraid of speaking out against them, because once you're seen as a traitor, those people treat you worse off than the enemy that they perceive. So I give respect to Kasparian, I give respect to Bill Maher, but some of the Democrats reaching the murder your political opponent stage of democracy is really indicative of a lot of collectivist, left-wing, demonic type of thinking that is more prevalent than a lot of people like to admit it is. Because whenever leftist, totalitarian, communist governments take over, it's always met with mass death, starvation, hunger, and human suffering. And I think we need to really realize historically the moment that we're in, especially with the economic downturns that are coming in, as they're going to lead to a lot of radicalized leftists, and the left is just being primed for this moment to take over and implement, their purges.
If you didn't know anything about Zoran Mamdani and this was like your first exposure, I would assume your assumption would be he was also celebrating Charlie Kirk's death.
There's no doubt in my mind that he was. But
publicly or privately. I mean, I didn't see any.
Will Mamdani actually call this out and say, I'm not with this person. Right. This person's crazy. Will he? He probably won't.
He's got a lot of shit coming out about him right now too, but I don't think it's enough to stop him.
I mean, there's not a lot of alternatives is the thing. Like
That's the craziest thing. Like that's like, golly, anybody but Cuomo. Fuck.
so
If
then
they had, like,
Mamdani is what you're saying.
No. I mean, if anybody but Cuomo was, like, I would have went out there personally to help, like, canvass and work to fight against Mamdani to help save New York. But fuck Cuomo. Like, that guy killed thousands of elderly people, and people are like, well, he's not Mamdani. I'm like, dude, fuck off. No, I won't forget that. I don't forget how that fucktard was having his daily news conferences, locked down the whole city, stop people from going to church, put COVID patients in with elderly people, and killed tens of thousands of people. Like, no, dude, that guy is a monster. And that's not even like, oh, he was handsy with some women. Like, and he's kind of a sexual pest. Like,
He's got problems on every level.
Yeah, like literally any, like, buttoned up Democrat I would have supported. Like a union Democrat, like a Fetterman. I'd be like, please, this guy, Eric Adams was probably that guy, maybe, but he had too many scandals.
Seeing these like sleazy right wingers, especially some of these like women being like, I am a hot girl for Como now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Gross.
oh my goodness, you are going and supporting some of the most disgusting politicians that have literally said, Como literally came out and said, yeah, New York is not for Republicans. Get out. If you're a Republican, we don't want you here.
Yeah.
He's why New York City went as far left as it did. And now he's like, I'm coming in to save the day. No, get out of here, you greaseball.
Yeah.
You Italian Goomba Johnny Meatball who doesn't give a damn about anybody. And these right-wingers organizing around him when he lost the primary. Get out.
Yeah, that is, like, Luke, your and I position will age like wine on this. There were, I won't name names, but people see him on X. Like, I was like, no, get bent. Fuck this guy. And people are like, yeah, but. I was like, no. You know what? New York gets what it deserves. It gets Mamdani now. Enjoy the bread lines. Like, enjoy all of your businesses leaving the city. Enjoy anybody with enough financial means to move out of state. Like, this is what you get. And it's going to be like New York with
winner,
it's going to be like Florida's a big winner, but it's going to be just like Beetlejuice in Chicago. It's going to be exactly like that.
Lightfoot, a classic. What cities? Okay, so if we can speculate a little bit, post Mamdani's presumptive victory, do you think that there will be another major city that basically does the opposite reaction? Because there are a lot of big cities in the U.S., especially like in California, and you think New Jersey is going to see the biggest effect?
Yes, because it's really cheap to move there, first of all, from New York. And New Jersey has been trending like it's a coin flip right now between even during the presidential election. It was like
Scott Pressler said that was one of the places he's going to focus a lot of attention in midterm.
Yeah, but it's dirty Jersey. And I'm like, I don't want to, like, as a New Yorker, we always seen dirty Jersey as dirty. Like, I don't want to go to dirty
I got
Jersey.
news for you, buddy. I've seen rats the size of dogs in New York City. Like,
that's true.
New York ain't exactly clean.
And there is trash everywhere.
There's garbage
and there's
everywhere.
Garbage everywhere. And there's graffiti everywhere. And it does smell everywhere.
Yeah.
They spend millions of dollars on a new trash can. And then the rats are just in the trash cans anyway.
They just live in
love
there.
their housing upgrade. I was wondering if, a city like maybe not Portland, maybe not LA, but maybe San Francisco or somewhere else is going to see what happens with Mamdani, and should it be the negative fallout I'm kind of expecting, start to change how they are electing their local officials, because there are a lot of really left-leaning major cities in America. And basically what I'm getting from our friend Jennifer Welch over here is that she's saying this is going to be the first of many such elected officials in the U.S.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I think like it's going to be very interesting. By the way, everyone, I have to dip just after 2:00 today, but I will be doing another live stream around dinner time. So around 5:00, I'll be live again. I have an appointment I cannot move. I've been trying to move it all morning.
Don't worry.
Yeah, well, so we'll do 2 streams today. I do want to talk about the economy and that stuff, because I feel like that should be the big topic of the show. And I want to give a huge shout out to a couple of sponsors for today's show. Speaking of PDS debt from credit cards isn't an accident. It's a system built to keep Americans down. The banks profit, the creditors win, and families lose. Every call, every fee, every high interest trap is another reminder that the game is rigged. But there's another side of the story. PDS debt has already helped hundreds of thousands fight back, cutting debt, ending the calls, and putting money back where it belongs, in Americans' pockets and not the banks. Whether you're struggling with credit cards, personal loans, or medical bills, PDS debt has custom options to help get you out of debt, just like Luke. They go beyond the numbers to understand the unique financial situation and craft a personalized plan just for you. There's no minimum credit score required. They're here to help you save more, pay off your debt faster, and start putting money back where it belongs, in your pocket. PDS debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, boasts thousands of 5-star reviews on Google, holds a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. Why? Because PDS debt has helped hundreds of thousands of people get out of debt. It's your money. It's your future. Don't let the system decide for you. You're 30 seconds away from being debt-free. Get your free assessment. Link in the description below. There's also a QR code on the screen currently that you can click. So I'll be back. I'll be live at I think 4:30. I'll be back again.
Central
Just
time
me
or
though.
Eastern?
5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central. Dingus Count says, I have your answer, HCB. It's Minneapolis. Look up Omar Feta. I don't know who that is. What is that in reference to?
Well, I was saying, like, our city's going to, like Jennifer Welch is predicting, go more socialist. Or
Minneapolis could be one. Yeah, Minneapolis could be going. There could be
following
a revolt.
the trend.
No, I think. Oh yeah, they could be following the trend, but I also think that they could be. I mean, it's hard to get those 40,000 Somalis. It's hard to outvote them.
And Omar's running at the same time that Mamdani is. So we hypothetically would see them maybe take office around the same time. So you would have this like twofold effect. I'm wondering, like, this is like midterms or upcoming elections, next presidential cycle. What are we going to be talking about in terms of cities run by socialists?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most likely would be ones that share borders with them, because people will move and they'll see how bad it is. They actually talk to people who know how bad it is. What I wanted to talk about was, so far this month, 170,000 Americans have been fired or laid off. 30 or 40,000 at UPS yesterday. 15K at Amazon. GM just laid off another 1,000. I thought I had the list, but it is. Let me pull up this list because it's pretty shocking. With this timed around now, GM laying off 1,000 people. Is that, whatever, like, but it's still a fuckload. And like, when you talk about 170,000 nationwide in this month alone, I get this weird feeling. And I know, like, this is going to be where, like, I have to remind people that I voted Trump 3 times, but people get mad. But like, I think there may be some hard times coming.
Oh yeah.
Like UPS, cut 48,000. Amazon 30,000, Intel 24,000. That's this month. 170,000 layoffs this month per Reuters, and GM announces another 200 layoffs. I mean, we also talked about not that long ago the fact that there was repos going up. What do you guys make of this?
This is the beginning of a big process that will be taking place up until the next few years, where I think virtually almost everyone's going to be wiped out. We're talking about Amazon, not just saying, a couple tens of thousands here. They're talking about long-term plans, projections, getting rid of like 500,000 jobs.
300,000 to 400,000. Yeah. Entire cities, wiped out.
People have no idea just how crazy robotics and AI is. And that's why I've been saying, to go a little bit more down the rabbit hole, why Donald Trump's deportation efforts are more important than ever, because the people who weigh down the social safety nets in our country are preventing actual Americans from being on it that are going to legitimately need to be on it. People who've paid into the system, people who are born here, people who are raised here are going to be screwed over and are already being screwed over, because the government just doesn't have the money. And this is going to be one of the biggest wealth transfers of our lives. And we have seen significant ones during COVID, during the 2008 housing crisis, during 2001. And every single time, the middle and lower class got wiped out, cleaned out, screwed over by the Federal Reserve fractional reserve banking system that literally does trillions of dollars of secret bailouts behind the scenes. Every time they got wiped out, the government said, oh, yeah. And they just helped facilitate those wiping outs. And they never stood in the way of preventing these big industries from pillaging and having their way with the American worker. The American worker is screwed. This is just the beginning of the end from our capitalistic entrepreneurial times, because strapping yourself by the bootstraps no longer will exist. We're living in a day and era where global communism will become more prevalent, as of course the young kids are being wiped out. They're being wiped out by gambling. They're being wiped out by less economic opportunities, and those opportunities will become less and less available to them. And I genuinely feel extremely bad for them. And whenever there is economic upheaval, it usually meets political radicalization and revolution. That's always historically what happens. And this is the time that we're in that is extremely dangerous and extremely tumultuous.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I was talking about the Santa Clara. I mentioned it multiple times on the show. Like, I really was set to build like a new studio and stuff like that. And I
was like, don't do it, Jeremy.
Well, I got a weird feeling, and I was like, I'm not, and like, I get this weird feeling like the economy is going to really tank around the midterms, coincidentally.
Which will be rough. I mean, it will be difficult for Republicans to make any kind of progress or to claim places that they're trying to flip if they cannot argue that the economy is functioning. I mean, the economy is without a doubt the number one concern for Americans and American voters right now. And unfortunately, with essentially like a year to go until midterms, if Democrats can really gather, like, they don't have to make a positive argument on the economy if they can go negative. If they can just say, Republicans keep messing everything up and Trump is bad, which, by the way, is their favorite way to attack any Republican. Trump bad, you guys are bad, we're morally right and better. Then they don't have to explain a good economy. Explaining a good economy is much harder to argue with. So it will mean that they're on the attack and Republicans are defensive should we have a really an even bigger economic fallout ahead of the midterms.
Yeah, I mean, this is 170,000 in a month.
Yeah. If
Amazon goes, I mean, like, usually there's a couple waves of layoffs. The UPS one is shocking. The issue is the 48,000 in UPS. What you probably have here is they are firing long-term tenured drivers and they're replacing them with temporary employees. Like, UPS staffs 250,000 additional drivers for the holiday season, and then they laid off 48,000. But one of the other interesting things is how a lot of these layoffs are breaking down. I believe at Amazon, 14K of the 30K were middle management. And then there was also, like, UPS was mostly working class people, but you see a lot of, like, Microsoft, a lot of Silicon Valley stuff. This isn't just cuts on working class people. This is cuts on a lot of minimum, a lot of middle management people. Intel, like I don't know how many entry level jobs Intel has, but 24,000 jobs. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Did you see the robot they debuted by 1X Tech?
Yeah.
I just sent you the clip of it in the private chat, but that's going to replace so many jobs in itself.
Well,
I mean, imagine a whole Amazon. I mean, Amazon is all robots anyway. Like, they're like, the workers are peeing in bottles because their bathroom breaks are being timed by these robots. Yeah. They're going to replace all of those bottle peers with these guys easily.
Yep. Well, that's what's going to end up happening is Amazon's just going to buy this company. Like, I actually think this robot's probably vaporware. It's never going to happen. Not at 20K. I mean, they have an order. I thought about like, do I just order it? Because it's probably never going to happen.
But then they have a subscription service for $500 a month.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. But I wonder what like the down payment or like what the like security, because people are going to try to fuck these things. So like, what's gonna what's gonna happen? Like,
The down payment is $200 today as a deposit,
Really?
and then you could buy the subscription for $500 a month.
the price of a car. Yeah,
Yeah, you
My
can
name
buy
is
a
Bernd,
black version
and
too.
Today,
I saw that. Yeah,
we're launching Neo, our humanoid for the home.
Neo, the robot, Nene.
Let you live with it.
Yeah.
You're just not telling me? Well, what does it do?
Like my chores, I just leave and I come back and they're all done.
that I guarantee it doesn't work like that.
No.
I'm literally telling
underneath it. The first comment underneath
Can
it
you
is,
jerk
"Can
it
we
off?"
F it?"
Pretty venti. Can you jerk it off? Yeah, there is no chance at all that this does anything of what anywhere near what they're promising, but it will move boxes from one spot to another, which a lot of people work in factories doing. It will not need bathroom breaks. It will not need health insurance. It will not slip and fall and sue the company. It will not take sick days. You don't
need to pay payroll taxes just to pay
no
this
payroll
thing.
tax. Yep, there's which a lot. That's a great point because that's take people's salaries and then double it because you got to pay payroll tax. This will be in factories by the end of the year. Almost certainly. There are versions that are pretty close to it already at Amazon. Oh my God, here we go.
Boo.
Yeah,
The comments are pretty wild.
I mean, I guarantee you this thing's vaporware. Like it's just the
Awful.
yeah, this is probably really what it's like. But you also have to basically there's like a call center that monitors your house and everything like that. And
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Name, please?
Sudarshan.
they're Indian.
Sudarshan.
Yeah, I see you right here.
Perfect.
Welcome in.
That's going to be hotel
Party that way.
check-ins.
Enjoy.
100% hotel check-ins.
I mean, in Los Angeles, we have Tesla robots literally giving out candy.
Yeah.
And in Times Square
they
too.
work in the Tesla restaurant, don't they? Like there's a Tesla restaurant, and then I think Optimus serves the food there.
I just sent you a link. Here's the Tesla robot handing out candy in Times Square.
He probably got tagged.
Mugged.
I mean, it's so slow though. That's a crazy thing. Like this is not better than humans.
Yeah, but remember
Right,
the first iPhone and
right.
its capabilities compared to the latest iPhone we have now,
Yeah.
right? So
I mean, how many people is Robotaxi going to replace?
yeah,
Millions. I'm telling you, that's why I never sold my Tesla stock. People are like, yeah, but Tesla sales are slowing down. I'm like, you're dumb. Tesla's not a car company; it's a software company. Like, Robotaxi is going to be fucking everywhere, and like, it's going to be like there's going to have millions of these cars deployed, and I won't ever get in a car without a driver in it, but the next generation will.
they already have
other
a
people
pilot
will.
Current
program
generation
going in
does.
Austin. I remember being in Austin talking to the locals there, and they're like, "Dude, you got to use Robotaxi," and you download the app, and then you have to go through the application process. But people are like, "It's so much more cheaper than it is Uber's."
It's way cheaper. Yeah. That and Waymo. Waymo's another one that's driverless, and it's hella cheap. My doctor told me that he did it. And it was like $14 from the airport. I'm like, that's like a $200 Uber drive. He's like, yeah. They're just lined up. He's like, I did it. Yeah, I did it as an experiment. I was like, I said, forget it. I'll try it. $14, 14 or something. Now I'm sure they're just giving it away to get people used to it. But like an Uber from Dallas airport is probably not 200, but it's probably 60, 70, $80 to your hotel. If you can get these robo taxis for 20 or 30, I mean, it's going to put them all out of business. You will not be able to compete with a combustion engine and a migrant driving. Even with migrants, it's going to be cheaper than illegals. Yeah,
well, and if they can argue that it's
awesome here in
safer,
Phoenix.
you know, like if
It
would
is
you
safer.
would you rather be in a car without a driver if you know it's more likely not to crash?
And guess what? You don't have to tip them either. I guess I don't really tip Uber drivers. Wait, no, Uber drivers I tip, but I wouldn't. I guess I don't know. I haven't taken so little public transportation.
You
guess. Well, I mean, I if I go somewhere, I rent a car. Even if I go there for like a day, I rent a car because I never want to be like trapped. Even though like, you know, it would be fine. You know, you go to a big city, like I go to Dallas, I still rent a car. And then usually I drive from the airport, park it at the hotel, and then drive it back to the airport. But I'm like, I want to have it. I don't want to have to like, you know, if I want to go, I want to be able to go. But I understand that I am not the norm. Like I have my let's bring it back into, so we have the robocars, which is going to decimate. We have the automation, which is going to decimate. I think we also are seeing baked into this is a lot of COVID bloat and DEI bloat that's finally getting cut out. Like the first chance that these companies had to get rid of their DEI departments, what did? They did it. And they didn't do it because Trump told them to. They did it because they are wildly unprofitable. But it just became socially acceptable. So then suddenly everyone's like, yeah, we're ending our DEI. What they didn't tell you is they had like 10 fucking Black women working in HR who were all making 185 grand a year with gender studies degree that accomplished nothing. And now the second that AI becomes, you know, accepted, replacing people with robots become accepted. Like, think about if you're a machinist, right? There's no way you're going to keep your job in 5 years. If your job, like that's what my dad did. It was a great job for a long time. My dad was a machinist, provided for our family. But what was his job? Stand at a machine, smoke cigarettes, put a rack of parts in the machine, press a button, and then sometimes the cycle time's like 10 or 15 minutes. So you put it in, you press a button, you sit there for 15 minutes drinking your Pepsi and smoking a cigarette, which is eventually what killed him. But like, you know, well, how could that not be done by Optimus? Like that's going to be the second that like companies see it as, hey, we can lay off 30,000 people and just replace them with robots, they're all going to do it. Yeah. They're all going to do it. Yeah, the Mom Donnie's aunt drives me to the airport. I believe that. Jeremy says he was broke most of his life, but he certainly doesn't live that way. I don't understand. I bought this hoodie 3 years ago. I mean, I wear old clothes. I don't know what you're talking about. People are weird in the YouTube chat. I don't deal with that in the Rumble chat. I mean, Rumble's always cool, but there's always a couple of like weirdo losers in the YouTube chat. I never understood, like, would you sit and watch a live stream with somebody that you hated? Like, don't you have anything else better to do with your time? It's such a weird thing. Tim has that a lot. Tim's chat is full of haters. And I'm like, you're here every night.
I'm in there hating the most. I don't know if you see my
Luke's in there. Luke's usually in there hating. I don't watch it.
I'm not hating.
Like,
I'm trashing. I'm destroying. I'm going nuclear on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people are more likely to say negative things than positive things. And then people like to troll and just have fun. And, you know, it's a part of the internet. So,
yeah, I mean, it just never occurred to me. Like, I guess maybe once in a while I might like pop into a live stream and be like, ha, you suck. And then like move on with my life. But Tim has thousands of people that tune in every day to hate him. Like, that's impressive.
I mean, they're only helping his views, right?
I know. Al Dorsey says, why is no one talking about South Korean's detainment of Dr. Hawk, John Han, an 82-year-old religious leader, for 37 days, no verdict, can't stand, blind, recovering from heart surgery? Nobody's talking about it because nobody's heard of that. I've not heard about that at all. Luke will look into it, though. Tim's final graphics card says, Devori Darkins is great. I don't know who that is. But they should have.
He's getting really popular.
Who is it? Oh, he's a content creator?
Yeah.
Should have moved you.
I don't know where
he's the guy that he's a guy. Yeah, he's the guy that's on before us. Yeah, I should have been in that time slot, but you know, whatever.
Another at Rumble question.
Yeah. Final Rambombino says, so we're all doomed. There's nothing we can do about it. Tell me why I should care then. Well, I'm not saying we're all doomed, but I am saying that, you know, just like Luke said, the middle class is going to get crushed again.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much middle class to crush. Good.
Yeah,
good.
I know. There's not much left, but like all those people who are still making a pretty good living at Amazon warehouse, making $25 an hour, like your days are numbered. I'm not saying it'll be tomorrow. It won't be this year. It probably won't be next year, but within 5 years, that job's gone.
Yeah,
you know,
but these major firings, like right before the holiday season, when the economy is usually going up and people need more workers, and people usually work overtime, and people are brought in as temporary workers, you're gonna fire all these people. Holy cow, dude, that's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, and it's like also kind of like you said, the timing of it's odd. Really, they all just do it for the stock market. You know, oh, we fired 30,000 people. Guess what? Every one of these people's stocks went up today. And like, how far do you think we are from UPS cars, that just Amazon delivery cars with no drivers? We are not decades away. We are a few years away. How many people are employed as Amazon delivery drivers? 500,000, 400,000. They'll all postal service drivers. Those will all be robo taxis. It'll all be, they'll just come to your house, poop out the package and leave. Or one of these little robots will pop out, walk into your door. They'll work 24 hours a day. You'll be getting
Amazon
deliveries
had
at
their
2 in the morning.
drones going for a little while in some cities. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They were like testing delivery drones.
Yeah. That I can't imagine made sense financially, but it was a thing. Steinman says, haters going to hate. I, for one, enjoy quartering live. $10 to the crew. Hey, thank you. Jay Blaze says, I'm with Final Rambombino here. The absolute doom porn leaves us all with no option to give up and die and hope for UBI. Don't expect more donations from me if I'm doomed. Well, I didn't say you should feel doomed. I think that there's still a lot people can do. And I don't think I think that a portion of the 170,000 people fired now they weren't all replaced by robots. In fact, maybe none of them even were.
Well, and I'd be curious too, you kind of alluded to this, but like how much did Amazon hire on new people during COVID when basically everyone was ordering everything? There was more dependence on that. And now this is just like the inevitable contraction when we are still kind of shifting back to the normal. I know we're like 4 years out from the end of COVID, but still it takes a little while for it to all level out.
Well, and I think when you look at something like UPS firing 50,000 drivers, I'm going to argue that they're probably replacing a significant portion of them with new, cheaper, part-time, uninsured holiday labor. That's probably just kind of the cutthroat way of it.
Full-time workers are expensive and take, I don't have that many employees. I have very little, but just like the payroll alone is just infuriating. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
So contractors are a lot cheaper and temporary workers.
You're talking about payroll tax, not payroll. Yeah. Payroll is what you pay. Yeah. The payroll tax. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. That's why all my workers are contract workers. I'm like, were you crazy? Like payroll tax, get fucked. I already pay income tax. My business pays income tax. Now I have to pay payroll. I pay payroll tax on my own check that I write to myself.
Crazy.
Like,
same.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like if you have a company set up properly, you're paying payroll tax on your own fucking paycheck. Our sergeant says, in slavery, a person owned another person by giving them access to shelter and food. Now Democrats in the government do the same with Section 8 SNAP and turning cities into voting plantations. Yeah, well, yeah, that's always their plan. Weird Robot says, in before robot rights are human rights. Dude, I'm telling you, there will be a very large movement of robots' rights and AI rights.
I did a video on the antinatalist movement, and this is like a subsection of it. Like, should you be creating AI or any kind of technology that could become sentient because therefore it's alive in a respect and doesn't have the right to? Like, I think you will see all of these conversations coming if the world continues to pour into this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm normally not a doomer, Like, I don't really want to be that guy, but it's odd. Like this is a lot of people getting fired. 170K in a month right before Christmas, when like, especially the UPS and Amazon is baffling to me.
Yeah.
Like, this is the time of year when these companies are like making the most money. And like, you would understand, like, I would understand like the pare down in February. Now with Amazon, they gave everyone 90 days severance, which is actually incredible. That means that they're get paid through the holidays into January. They won't be in trouble until February 1st. But you know, if you're a delivery truck driver and delivery trucks are getting replaced by automated cars, well, it's a little more difficult to go get another job, you know. And I mean, I remember when garbage trucks had like 6 guys working on them. Now there's one person that drives a garbage truck, and that's it.
And it's more automated instead of the guy lifting
they don't get
it
out.
It's just a
No, they
machine.
don't. Yeah, it's just a machine and dumps it in. Like, that's it. One guy in the truck.
I still have a guy. Thank goodness for rural America.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
am in
are
rural
pretty
America.
stickers. I don't
It's
even
still-
believe you.
Luke, am I in rural America?
Yeah, you're in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So, you know, even our guys there's just a guy in the truck. I used to leave gifts for the garbage man, like around Christmas. I don't even do that anymore. I'm like, he doesn't even get out of his truck. Like,
There used to be tipping of the garbage man.
that's
Dude,
what I
the
mean.
garbage
Like,
man
I used to
get
tip him. Yeah. I used to tip him, and then I would give him like beer and stuff. And like, now I'm just like, nah, dog, you don't even get out of your car. Like, you just press a button and lift it up. It's probably all done like it probably lines up automatically. You don't do anything. You know, it's weird. What's wrong with automating these basic services? Do you need 6 guys picking up the garbage? No, 100% nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying those are 5 other guys now that are going to have to find a different job.
Right.
And it's just happening faster now. Things have always been getting automated.
Right. I've read arguments before, and this is, you know, a couple years ago. I actually read this article before Trump was elected the first time, talking about how because farmers have access to cheap labor through illegal immigration, that it can inhibit automation. Like, there could be developments for tools or whatever that could potentially speed up the work or make it so you don't need this cheap labor, but the cost of the thing is at this point still prohibitive. It's easier to have the illegal immigrants, you know, working in your field. I don't think you should have illegal immigration. That doesn't seem like an argument to me, but there is sort of this trade-off. Like, yeah, maybe some things should be automated. On the other hand, where do you go when your job is gone? It is like the modern equivalent to shipping all of our manufacturing overseas, except it's shipping things digitally. So the jobs cannot come back, and these people still need to make a living and survive.
Yeah, it's actually wild. I do want to, speaking of, give a quick shout out to an accident or injured in any way. You should know how to protect your rights. That's why I'm so glad to have this video sponsor Morgan & Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan & Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. All right. The other thing I wanted to get your guys' take on, it was this seemingly inorganic, random push to, I don't know if it's to cancel or why are people so obsessed with Tucker Carlson? Like, there's a new article in the Daily Mail today written by this Josh Hammer guy, which had said some pretty spicy stuff. I don't want to go down that road because I'm not as familiar with him, but he is said some stuff about white people, I think. I don't remember exactly. People really hate him. I'll just say this, the Groypers really hate him. But he's like, Tucker Carlson has hit a new low with this heinous betrayal of my friend, Charlie Kirk. All this because he had Nick Fuentes on his show. Like, who gives a shit? Just don't watch. Like, at this point, by the way, Nick Fuentes is massive. So, like, are we even really talking about quote unquote platforming somebody at this stage in the game? Like, he's huge. He's probably one of the top 5 largest streamers on Rumble, you know, and like there's nonsense. It's all just nonsense. I don't get it.
Yeah. I get it, because there's a reason why the establishment neocon right absolutely hates Tucker Carlson. When he was on Fox News, he was one of the most powerful voices on earth. His monologues moved Congress. Congress had to do populist moves in response to their anti-American moves because Tucker Carlson made a segment about it. He's now doing very similar things, and he's extremely powerful. And I think he is one of the most important, powerful voices in our political landscape. And they know they can't get away with their kind of treachery with him calling it out. They know they can't get all the wars that they want. They know that they can't get all the policies that they want. They can't get what they want with Tucker Carlson standing in the way. Therefore, they have to get rid of Tucker Carlson. And it's not just, these kind of like demeaning, low level, low IQ, emotional type of petty attacks against him. I think, there's probably serious threats against him as well, and his life and his well-being, because he's pissing off all of the very powerful people out there that don't like to be questioned, that don't like to be countered. And he has done it in the most type of efficient ways that anyone could ever do it.
What do you kind of make of it, Hanako? There seems to be this a bunch of people I don't know, basically, against like Candace, Tucker, and Nick. That's I'm oversimplifying, but I think that's basically, the group. Yeah. And like, first of all, I think even like Tim talked about this morning, like, I'm getting real sick of this. I'm getting real sick of this. Like, nobody's talking about trans school shooters. There was another trans school shooter yesterday who had a plea deal. Not one video about that, but we're going to make 1,000 videos and write 1 million articles about, Tucker Carlson bad. Like, feels a lot like remember when the left was always talking about platforming? Don't platform this person, don't platform that person. Now the right's saying that, and like that is not. Where do you think is this like totally? Do you think this is totally organic and it's just like slow news cycle, or I'm not sure where this is coming from.
I don't know if I could say accurately where it's coming from, other than Tucker Carlson. In Tucker Carlson's case, he is a thought leader on the right. I mean, the things that make it on his show really do have influence, as Luke said. And even afterwards, when he went independent, when he left Fox, I mean, he really was dictating news cycle in a lot of ways. So if you hate Nick Fuentes, I could understand where you're like, don't bring him on, Tucker Carlson. You're portraying whatever I think you owe me. I think the invocation of Charlie Kirk in a lot of these cases is kind of weird, because obviously we believe in free speech, and I would assume platforming Nick Fuentes is a form of free speech, which I would think we would want, but I don't know. Some of it to me just seems like the right eats its own, right? Like it's as if there is an attempt to have a fall in line mentality that we typically see with progressives or Democrats. Like, you're allowed to be spicy in the ways we accept, and they're constantly kind of refining what's okay and what's not. And one day you're in and one day you're out. I think it's not that it's a slow news cycle necessarily. It's just easier to fight about these things, if that makes sense. It's much harder to talk about the economy and the nuances and some of the anxieties. This reminds me more of like, people being like, well, this person's not allowed to be on the team, or this person is supposed to be on the team. Like, it's almost identity politics. If you think the things someone is saying are so bad, honestly, let them say it, because arguably, wouldn't people then discern that on their own? That would be my thought.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are feeling like the Big Tent was a mistake.
Well, the Big Tent is fake. Like, that's the thing. You can say, we're Big Tent, but like, you can't be. You can either be a lot of people standing around under some kind of banner, which is what I think Big Tent has sort of evolved into, or you could be a tent that is clear in its parameters and you invite people in and they opt to join or not. But you can't just grow the tent to cover everything and think it'll stay standing.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of this is why it's part of like when you're in power and when you're winning, then you start worrying about infighting, and when you're trying to win, then you're all working together. And so I think this kind of stuff naturally happens. Like Trump's in power, now it's like, well, now we need to worry about who's among us instead of like we've accomplished getting him in power. Now, now how can we, keep the power? We were fine people going on stage at the RNC doing like Hindu prayers, bringing whores, OnlyFans whores on the stage, and like all this stuff just to win. But now that we've won, it's kind of I feel like people are feeling some buyer's remorse. What do you think, Luke?
I think, this is going to be the big divide that we really need to fix, because it's really going to lead to a very disorganized midterm. And we got to get our ish together, because this is not looking good. And this divide is becoming, it could be very simply fixed, right? And the simple fix and simple solution is America first, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like, hey, we're actually going to, look back at the campaign promises and just focus on America. Focus on making America great. But there's a faction of people saying, no, make America great means supporting foreign wars, supporting foreign conflicts. And I think that's the kind of big, this kind of big divide. I hope it gets healed. This infighting is nonsensical. The left is literally celebrating and talking about how they need to kill more of us, right? You would think if there ever was a time to put our differences aside and to say, hey, guys, now we got to come together. Now we got to actually put our differences aside. Let's stop debating the minutia. Let's make our country great again. AI robotics is coming in. There's going to be vast economic, severe problems for everyone. We need to fix it. And if we don't fix the economy, we don't fix this country, we don't fix the future for these young children, all of us are screwed. So let's stop arguing about the minutia, get our ish together, and let's fix this country, because Congress is not in session. They're not passing any legislation. They're not doing anything regarding that. They're going to lose the majority during the midterms. And then what? Trump's just going to continue to get impeached again and again and again in a few months from now?
The last 2 years, he won't be able to do diddly shit. Like, that's what's going to happen.
So get your ish together. Stop with this nonsense. And let's actually work cohesively to save this country, because otherwise we're just as bad as the other side. Not really, but we are absolutely ineffective as a unit. And the left is a little bit more effective.
Yeah, they really are. I do want to, so I have to dip. I'll be back later at like 4:00 Central, I say 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, to stream again. Tell the people where they can find your stuff in the meantime. It'll just be me on the second stream though. So let me know, let the people know where they can find you.
At night. Whoa.
Yeah, Lone Wolf Cast.
You guys can find my work on Rumble and YouTube. I'm Hannah Claire B in both places. I'm also Hannah Claire B on X. You can follow my work there. My videos are typically news, commentary, things like that. There might be a vlog coming this week, just in time for Halloween. So stay tuned for that. And again, thanks for all the support. I'll be back tomorrow for the second best day of the week, Astrocast.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow.
A pumpkin vlog, right?
No, absolutely not.
Come on. YouTube.com/We Are Change is my channel. I'm doing a lot of very interesting content, specifically a lot of crazy stuff with like Poseidon, nuclear tsunami, Russian weapons, and this like nuclear powered missile systems that the Russians are debuting. I just did a video about that. So go check it out. YouTube.com/We Are Change. Always appreciate all the time that I get to spend with both of you great human beings.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys back in a couple hours. Otherwise, if you can't make that stream live tomorrow at 2 Eastern again. Sorry about the early stream, but let's go say hi to Viva Fry, and then I'll see you guys in a few hours.
Bye.
Bye.